All right, I want to welcome everybody here. Just kind of getting underway. 10:54 in the first quarter. So working out a little difficulties here. Glad to have you guys here this evening. We're facing off against the Watonga Eagles. Second down and 8. Rodman going to bounce that one out to the outside. Evades a couple tackles and will fall down at the 40-yard line. That'll make it third down and roughly 4. So it's for those of you just tuning in, Comets looking to put together back-to-back winning seasons. Finishing the season off here at Watonga on a road game, and it's a final farewell to a big group of seniors that have made a large impact on this team. They've got a lot of snaps, and this is kind of want to end the season on a good note right here. Third down and 4. Looks to fire it out. Braden Strong was open on the post route, or excuse me, on the curl route. Ball set a little high. Had a chance to catch it. Just a little too much sauce. And so fourth down. And again, looking over on the opposing side there, Comet Faithful, looks like everyone showed up here. Love the support here, and of course, if you couldn't make it, glad to have you right here on HintonComets.tv. Of course, inclement weather is maybe the nice way of putting it. Wind about 20-25, and tell you what, that front blew in this morning. It feels like it's about mid-40s right now. Slight little mist every now and then. Fourth down and 5. They'll try it again. Has to get it out on a wheel route to Rodman. Can he shake off one tackle? He does. Shakes the second defender one off. Cuts out to the outside. It's going to be close. Does he have enough for the first? The judge is signaling from the sideline that he does by about a yard. And they'll move the chains. New set of downs for the Comets. And that right there is just athleticism and skill by Trevor Rodman, making 2 defenders miss there and showing off the skill. That's why you have those kind of players run the wheel route, because you want to get them the ball in open space. And sometimes all they got to do is make 1 or 2 men miss. And if they can, they got open field in front of them, can make a play. And that's what you saw right there with Trevor Rodman. So again, we're bundled up here. So if we have any audio issues, just kind of give us a shout out, and we'll do our best to work with it. As we're going to get a break right here. So it looks like an official timeout. So as we do that, just kind of want to give everybody an update here. Those of you that just tuned in, 9:59 remaining here in the first quarter as the Hinton Comets on the road against the Watonga Eagles, looking to close out the season, end the season on a good note with a win, finish with a 6-4 record. And so they're going to extend this time a little bit, and so are we. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
All right. Bringing you guys back here as we'll make a little quick camera adjustment, get you a little closer into the action. New set of downs following the play made by Trevor Rodman. Okay, and after the official review there, after the official review, they're actually going to say rule that a possession for the Eagles. Not sure what happened. They took a extended officials timeout. Not exactly sure what happened there, but Watonga has possession of the ball, so we'll see them take their first look here on offense. 4 down linemen, 3 set linebackers, sort of a cover 2 look. Both corners playing press on the outside. Little bit of a bobbled snap, but he maintains it, runs it to the right side, out of bounds at the 42-yard line. For a modest gain, but a flag on the play. That flag's on the far side, so we'll get the call. And flags on the offense. Maybe an illegal motion or illegal shift, it looks like. And so it's going to march him back here as that negates that play. Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct. Okay, that's actually and that's a costly penalty right there. You know, that's not a penalty that you want to get at any point of the game. But right here on the first series, first play, I'm not exactly sure what happened there to draw that penalty, but that's going to march them back 15 yards. It's going to start them deep in the hole here on first down. As they're going to have to redo that. They're going to spot this ball down at about the 23-yard line. So tough sledding for the Eagles here on the first drive. As that unsportsmanlike penalty is going to march them back. So 1st and 10, we'll see if that changes the look here on offense, as they had a design run play by the looks of it on their first play. So this time shotgun formation, a little 3-by-1, sort of a trips left look. Snap. This time I'm going to hand it up the middle, sort of a draw play. The comments are all over that one as a pair of defensive tackles in there on the tackle. Maybe a gain of 1. So a little play there on a halfback draw. What you're trying to do is you're trying to spread the offense out. You're trying to spread the defense out.
4-yard line.
They're trying to spread the defense out there and create gaps. You know, try to get them in a nickel, try to get them in a dime, try to bring in their smaller defenders there to cover the pass, and then the little delay sometimes opens up a crease up the middle. And of course, the Comets defensively, the defensive line got a bunch of seniors, a bunch of upperclassmen playing on the line, so they were really all over that one. Shotgun set. Looks left, has to get this ball out and doesn't in time. Has a pair of Comets. Got to get the sack in the backfield. That's going to be another big loss. So that puts him at 3rd and deep hole, and it looks like that one was led by Milo Gonzalez. And Alexis Valdespino as well. So we're looking at 3rd down and about 23. And if you're the Comets, you just want to mainly get another break in the action here. Does it look like he's signaling to a player? Not exactly sure. And maybe telling him to tuck something in. As he'll stay out on the field on this 3rd down and long. And we'll resume action to play here. Clock continues to run, 8:17. Neither team has scored yet, 0-0 game. Watonga still in their first series offensively, following the turnover on the last drive. So it's an empty set here, a 2-by-2, as they're going to send him out on some verts. And I tell you what, oh my goodness, that's a miss right there. Had number 6 open in space, kind of just a vertical route headed towards the boundary. And I tell you what, he had some space there. He was open. If the quarterback had got the ball to him, he would have been sailing into the end zone there. So missed opportunity for the Eagles as they're going to come up short and be 4th down. So in this down and distance, you know they're going to be punting the ball here. And for the Comets, Trevor Rodman, the electrifying punt returner, will be back at about midfield to return this one. And of course, he's had a great season returning kicks. Any moment that he touches the ball, he's got that big play ability, so he can break it out. And I'll tell you what, even if he just fair catches it here, they're going to start their next drive with really good starting position. As he bobbles this one, he's got to make something out of it. Just gets it out, kicks it there, and I tell you what, they're telling him to get on it. There's no telling who that might have touched there as they wave it down at the 42. As he just kind of power kicked that one. That one really had no air on it. That was just all straight north and south. And you could hear the coaches screaming from the far side there. So more than likely to get away from it. So So we'll get the second series here offensively for the Comets. Following the turnover on the last drive out of the officials' timeout. Shotgun set, 2 receivers outright. He's going to run this way. It's a QB lead. He's got blocks, too, and some space. Powers forward there as one man to truck, falling forward. He's going to gain about 8 on the play. That's a well-designed QB lead, although it looked like there might have been one block miss there on the right side, but I tell you what, he had a lot of momentum running forward, was able to kind of drop his shoulder, and he likes to bowling ball his way in through those defenders. And I'll tell you what, a gain of 9 on that, they'll take that every single down and distance. That is a successful play right there in the books. That's what you're ultimately looking for. You're looking for those, you're looking to get yourself in third and short. And so right now they're staring down the barrel, 2nd and 1. And I imagine they're going to give it to the big Jake right here down the middle. See if they can't get that 1 yard for the Comets. And going back to the lead again, a flag on the play, a lot of open space. He'll have enough for the first. And we'll check the penalty here. This one came before the snap or right at the snap. And I have to believe this is more than likely going to be on the Comets as we await the signal. So far, a lot of action from the officiating crews. They've been pretty heavily involved in this one. And now it's on the defense. They're going to wave that one off. Okay, so offsides on the defense, but waved off, and they don't need that one as Levi Taylor more than enough to get the new set of downs for the Comets.
27-yard line.
The wind really starting to pick up here. Feels like it's blowing about 15, 20 mile an hour. Fresh set of downs for the Comets as they'll roll in that shotgun formation. Sort of a wing to the right side as they'll move him back in kind of in motion, bunch it up here, switch to a pistol. Instead, they're going to hand it to Jake Wright, bounces to the left side, but well defended by the Eagles there as that's maybe a yard on that first down play. So again, a little shift there along the line. They try a little misdirection, go to the weak side, and that's well played by the Eagles as they stuff that one up. Not much going there. Most of the time they're running to the strong side. They're running where they got blocks. This time they try a little reverse, little misdirection, and it's just well played by the Eagles defense. So 2nd down and about 9 or 10. As the clock's sitting at 5:57, neither team has yet to get on the scoreboard. Snap. He's going to pull it. Play action. Has to find his man. He does. But I tell you what, the defense comes in there and lays a good hit as that ball was sailing right for Clifton Craighead on a seam route. I tell you what, it was a good throw by Levi Taylor right out in front, and almost a catchable ball, but you really can't criticize too much in that play right there. As the defense absolutely knew what was coming, and I can't speak for somebody else. I wouldn't have the ability to stand in there and take a hit like that. As he knew the defender timed it extremely well. You knew right when he caught the ball he was going to take a lick. So just a tough play there, and again, well defended by the Eagles. So this puts the Comets into 3rd down and 10. Snap, has to get this ball out, does real quick to Braden Strong. Can he fight for enough for the first down as he's wrestling? Runs over the pylon. Does he have enough? It's going to be close. We'll see where they spot it. This is going to be extremely close. Maybe a half a yard. They're going to signal as enough for the first down. So the Comets had a pair of plays just like this where it's a matter of can they wrestle, can they fight, can they show that perseverance and determination enough to get the first down, and they really did. As Braden Strong was originally about 5 yards short of the sticks when he caught the ball, and he just turned around and said, hey, I got one man to beat, and I'm gonna outman him for that, and he sure did. Here in motion, snap, they're gonna run here, finds a gap, cuts back inside as Levi Taylor gains about 5 on that one. It's a well-designed play and some good running there by Levi Taylor. And again, this is kind of doing exactly what the Comets like to do here. They like to run the clock, like to control the time of possession. Put themselves, try to wear the defense down and kind of stick to that ground and pound game. We've really seen them open it up some more the last 2 or 3 weeks in the passing game, but this last game here, they're kind of setting the tone, getting back to what they do, and of course still mixing in some passing plays as well. But this is really what the Hinton Comets are all about. They like to control the time possession, run the ball with success, and put them in a position to score. And this time bouncing, yes, one man to beat, having a block, and will sail into the end zone. Trevor Rodman getting on the board first for the Hinton Comets. And again, another great play design there as Clifton Craighead kind of setting up for the block, but really didn't even need it. As he sails easily into the end zone. So the first 6 points on the board belong to the Comets. Here with 4:18 in the game. Ryan Lytle, senior, back to attempt the extra point. He's Snap. They get a good jump there as he's got to roll outside, just kind of lets it fly. Can they get it up in time? And no good as ball sails out the back of the end zone. I was not sure if that was doubtful that was by design. More than likely looked like a play got blown up as the Eagles were screaming in there on special teams, as you knew that he was going to have to get that ball out or he was about to basically take a sack, take a big hit. So good job just get the ball out there, but good news is the Comets get on the board first, get on the board early with 4:18 remaining here in the first. Comets lead 6-0. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse.
All right, I want to welcome you back here. 4:18 here in the first quarter. Comets lead 6-0. Ryan Lytle back to kick. And we'll see the second possession on offense for the Eagles here. As I tell you what, that one catches some wind and just dies. And Jack Brookshire is going to jump in there, and they're going to down that right at the 32-yard line. And Comets, if I believe correctly, are going to see the ball again here. That ball sailed, and again, if I'm incorrect here, well, I'll fix it. But it looked like that ball sailed more, obviously sailed more than 10 yards, and really no one in on it. Jack Brookshire was the first. And so they'll get possession there as they're celebrating on the far side, bringing the offense back out. So, again, just a miscommunication there. Poor special teams play by the Eagles is they're going to turn the ball right back over. That's not something I've seen. I don't know. I've been watching Comet football for a while. That's the first time I've seen that in quite some time on that design. Little reverse here. Flicks the pass. Going to have him wide open. Catches it. One man to beat. Cuts back inside, but the ball's out. And he'll fall back on it. So a turn of good fortune there as the big chunk play on the reverse pass works. And that gets them down at the 15-yard line. It's one of their signature plays. They draw that one out of the trick Yeah, they pull that one out of the bag of tricks every now and then, and tell you what, you get one shot when you call that play to make that work, and you have to execute, and the Hinton Comets do, and they get that one down to 15. Now, they did fumble at the end, but luckily was able to turn around and fall back one on them. So, following the possession, the gain of possession there off the kick and the big chunk play, they'll have a first down here on the 15-yard line. And almost right here in position as that snap is low. He's going to bobble it, just try to make something of it. Cuts back inside. And it's no gain on there, but I tell you what, Taylor does a good job of salvaging that one as that play was kind of doomed from the start. On the snap, the ball was rolling on the ground. He kind of had to pick that one up and salvage it. So sometimes a good play is just the result of a bad play not turning into an absolute disaster. They were able to take that, and if you get back to the line of scrimmage, sometimes that ends up being a good play when the result could have easily been a second down and 15 or perhaps even a turnover here. So second down and 11. As the clock continues to run, 3:09. For those of you just tuning in, Comets leading 6-0. They'll go pistol formation, two receivers out right. Snap. He's going to give it to Trevor Rodman. He's going to try to make one man miss and doesn't. Well played there by the Eagles defense. As he wraps up Rodman on that one, tosses him to the ground. And we're staring down at third and long, third down and 12. So the Comets, interesting to see what they do here. Might be looking at, again, it's the last game of the season. Both teams kind of playing for pride, playing for a win. Had to think, would this be 4-down territory? More than likely, they're not going to be kicking a field goal here. Do you run a play to try to get yourself a 4th down and short? You try to get the first down from here as we got a flag on the play. here on the near side. As we await to see what the call is, they're going to march them back here. It's a flag on the, looks like on the Hinton Comets.
Offside.
Yeah, it's offsides. No.
Call.
Yeah, to be offsides, that has to be on the defense then. Not sure. Looked like the near side official was pointing the direction of the Comets. Maybe pointed the wrong way, or perhaps I saw it the wrong way. So offsides has to be on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty, and that's going to put us at a much more manageable position here at 3rd down and 6 roughly. So empty set here. We'll see if he lets it fly, and he does, to Braden Strong, who again, same route, has to make one man miss. This time a defender comes and helps him, and they get him outside, or out of bounds, pushing him out. That'll make it about 4th down and 3. But I tell you what, that's exactly what I was talking about a while ago, where they're going to call a play to kind of get them open in space, get yourself in a manageable 4th down position here, because you know it's 4th down territory in this kind of situation. With, again, both teams playing for pride, just kind of playing for a win. It's not the same scenarios when you have a playoff spot on the line. So sitting here, you get yourself in a manageable position here on 4th down. And again, you got Jake Wright out there. Levi Taylor, have to believe they're going to try to keep this ball on the ground. As he's going to run it here, QB keeper bounces outside. He's got plenty of blocks as Jake Wright lays an absolute block. Got to brag on that one, as that was a nice play to the left side and plenty enough for the first. As they're going to spot that one at about the 2-yard line. And again, execution has kind of been the point here for the Comets. They've executed some of these plays extremely well, and it was fun watching them lay the blocks down on the left side of that play. And Jake Wright, kind of one of the finishing blocks there, just knocks his man down, and Levi Taylor, as usual, does a great job running the football. So 55 seconds remaining here, just under a minute left in the first quarter, and we'll see if the Comets can punch this one in and get off to a 2-score lead before we get to the end of the first quarter. So they're going to go heavy set here, bunch him up. As the ball's out, as he has to scoop it up and make something out of it, and does. And again, right there, you just want to salvage it. That's your main objective when you fumble the ball like that, is you just got to scoop that ball up or fall on it. Probably more than likely it'd be better if you fall on it and just keep turning the ball over, especially when you're inside the 5, ball on the 2-yard line. That's when turnovers really hurt the most, because you got an opportunity to score. And the last thing you want to do is have a change of possession and possibly flip momentum in this game. So following the fumble there and recovery, they'll have the ball on the 7-yard line, but I tell you what, they're just going to let the play clock run out. And we're going to see you at the second quarter here in just a moment as you're Hinton Comets leading 6-0. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And we are here to help.
2nd and goal from the Eagles.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation.
All right, just getting ready to get the second quarter underway here. Comets leading 6-0 inside the red zone. Can they punch it in and get off to a 2-score lead? We're about to find out. Shotgun says, this time rolls out right, has to find a man open, flicks it, and he does, into the end zone. Touchdown Comets. Braden Strong.
Touchdown Comets.
With the easy completion there, open in space, great route, lots of separation, and again, just had to connect there, pretty easy throw, and the senior quarterback does it for the Comets. As they go back to the passing game there on a 3rd and sort of long situation following the fumble on the previous play. So just like that, 12-0, Ryan Lytle be back to attempt the extra point for the Comets. And again, gets it up. And it's no good as the Watonga Eagles again on special teams, just screaming in there right at the snap. They've timed the last 2 snaps extremely well, as the Hinton Comets have faced a lot of pressure on those extra point attempts. So do have to give kudos to the Eagles. They've done a good job on special teams as far as the extra point attempts go. Not necessarily on the kickoff returns, but they've done a good job on special teams play, getting in there really fast and kind of disrupting the play and putting pressure on the Comets. So again, I want to thank everybody here so far, right here on HintComets.tv. We hope you're staying warm. We're on top of the press box here in the open air, doing the best we can to stay warm, but having a great evening here. It's always fun to get to call football games and get to watch Hinton Comets play a little football on a Friday night as we kind of bid farewell to the season. Always kind of a joyful but sad moment at the same time. You hate to see the season come to an end. But for the Hinton Comets, looking to put back-to-back winning seasons together and kind of build on some momentum, as Coach Potter is really, taking this program from the ground up, and he's kind of made it into something special. And deep down inside, know they wanted to make the playoffs this year. Know that was one of their big aspirations. Had an opportunity to do that. Of course, came up short. But this was also an incredibly tough district, and it came down to a lot of sometimes it comes down to luck. Is this going to flick this one up here? Can they get in? And they're going to recover another one. Jake Wright. Looks like the ball sailed far enough too. Jake Wright's going to have it, and it's Comet possession again as they continue to play the kick. As they liked what they saw that first time on the kick. Not sure if the first time was intentional, but the second time, absolutely, as they kind of squibbed that one. And again, special teams just not ready to play that one, as the Comets are all over that one. Jake Wright makes hay with it, and we get to see another offensive possession for the Comets, as this is pretty enjoyable to watch here. They're certainly having a good time out there. And you like to see that in the last game. A lot of seniors playing their final game. It's always sad, but you know what? They're out there making the most of it, having a great time, and that certainly makes it a lot of fun up here to get to watch and to get to broadcast. So first down, QB lead, bouncing outside, falling forward, gaining momentum. He'll gain about 4 on the play, and I tell you one thing Levi Taylor does that I just really love so much watching him play the game of football is when he falls down, he always tries to keep his momentum rolling forward. So, if it's a 2-yard gain, by the time you get him down to the ground, he's going to gain another 2 or 3 on top of that. Next thing you know, you're sitting at 2nd down and 6, or you're sitting at 2nd down and 5, rather than 2nd down and 8 or 3rd down and 8. And that's just really one of the great facets of his game, is he uses that strength and speed to make every play a momentum play, to kind of build that momentum. And by the time you get him slowed up to the ground, he's tacked on another 2 or 3 yards on top of that. So 2nd down here, hands to Jake Wright, has space, powers up the left side, and he's going to put this down in a 3rd and short. That's a good job there, the offensive line, the blocking on the left side. That was a pretty sizable hole. He was kind of able to gain some steam, gain some speed there, and make this a 3rd down and short. So again, you really like these 3rd down and short situations. This plays right into the Comets' hands, as they are a run-first team. But I tell you what, they've had success in the passing game. So this really opens up the playbook, allows them to kind of to do what they want to do on this, to really open it up here. So 3rd down and 2. But you know what they like to do on these? They typically like to go to the well, run the ball. That's exactly what they're going to do to the right side. And easily Jake Wright, the manimal, is going to have enough for the first, as he gains a solid 5 yards and a new set of downs. So again, for the Comets, really the test has been offensively just a matter of executing, and it seems like seemingly everything has worked pretty well for them so far. They've had a couple mistakes with the low snap and a couple of fumbles that they were able to recover, but really it's been all Comets so far, and as long as they continue to execute, everything seems to be playing into their favor. As we know coming into this game that the Hinton Comets are the better of the 2 teams, the more experienced. And so they're kind of, you walk into this game, it's the last game of the season. It's a matter of, are we going to show that? Are we going to execute? And so far they have. So we're going to take a timeout here in this game with 9:31 remaining in the 2nd quarter. And so while we're taking that time out, just want to remind everybody this is the final game of the season. We'll take about a 3-week break, and then we're going to get basketball season started up. I want to remind everybody that as basketball season rolls through, pretty much all of our games, whether they're at home, on the road, tournament play, with the exception of the Caddo County tournament, generally we are broadcasting every single one of these games on HintonComets.tv. So we encourage you, if you can't make it out to the games, come right here on HintonComets.tv and check us out. Of course, we'll be broadcasting, streaming all these. I'll be on the mic having a good time as usual, and we want you there. And so we have basketball season coming up here in about 3 weeks. Boys and girls will be getting started. Got junior high basketball starting up next week, as well as some 5th and 6th grade games at home. And wrestling season's right around the corner, too. So lots of winter sports getting ready to take place here for the Comets. Exciting time of year as it's starting to get dark earlier in the night, starting to get a little bit cooler. Definitely cold tonight, chilly weather. It's about time for winter sports. So first down and 10, shotgun set, or excuse me, pistol. Clifton Craig getting in motion here. So he's going to keep it here. Not much doing there from Jake Wright. Excuse me, let me roll that again. I'm a little bit cold. Sometimes I have trouble talking. Clifton Craighead was in motion there, pistol formation, hands to Jake Wright. But really nothing doing there on first down. Well played by the Eagles. So second down and 9. 9:30 remaining here in the second quarter as your Comets leading 12-zip. Trying to get inside the red zone. And that's one of the benefits of being able to have that maintaining possession following the kick is they've had really good field position. They've had the ball on about the 40 or 30 yard line every single time. As this time has to bounce inside, but I tell you what, well played by the Eagles as all the blocks for the Comets were to the outside, and they force him back inside, and they had defenders there to sort of plug that one up. So third down and 8. And again, same thing that we talked about last series for the Comets. Is this a situation where it's 4-down territory? So do you use this third down to get yourself in 4th and short? Or do you try to go for a chunk play and get the first down and move the chains right here? Well, we're going to find out here in just a moment. As last time they kind of went to Braden Strong there, got him in 4th down and short, and then was able to punch it in. We'll see what they do this time. Shotgun formation. 2-by-1 set, 2 receivers out to the left. As he looks that way, lets it fly, has a man open. Jack Brookshire in his hands, kind of has to adjust on his route there at the end. And had he caught that, more than likely would either be down at the 1 or falling inside the end zone there. So missed opportunity for the Comets. It's not sure if that throw is just a little bit behind him. It looks like Jack Brookshire might have wanted that throw out in front. Kind of had to adjust on his route and was falling back at the end there. But either way, missed opportunity for the Comets as they had a scoring chance there. 4th down and 6. 4-down territory. Got to shake that one off. Get right to the next play. We'll see if they go Braden Strong's way. I have a feeling they're going to, and they will. Has Braden Strong. He has separation. Can he bring it to the ground through the fingertips? Incomplete pass. Just had a feeling it was time to go to Braden Strong as they've done that so many times this season. And I tell you what, Braden had a step on him. Not a bad throw either. Pretty good throw from Levi Taylor. Just were unable to execute. And again, it's been raining a little bit today. I'm sure the turf's a little bit wet. I mean, of course, it's draining fairly well. And the wind's blowing here, so I'm sure it's not too wet. But you know what? It's cold. It's been raining all day, and those catches are just a little bit harder in the elements like this. So, again, just real close. Not quite able to finish. So, turnover on downs. And the Eagles will finally see the ball in offense after having 2 mislaps on special teams. And more than likely, they're going to get 5 freebies here on first down. That's exactly what they're going to do. Offsides is offsides called for the defense. So it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be first down and 5.
Ball is marked at the Watonga 27-yard line.
So again, Watonga have yet to get in the end zone here. Of course, haven't seen the ball much in the last few minutes, so hard to get on the board when you don't see the ball here. Sort of an option play. Is he going to keep it or toss it? I tell you what, the Comets play that well. Somehow, though, bounces outside of those blocks. And gets a positive play out of it. As it looked like the Comets had a defender on each man, had that one played, and somehow he's just kind of able to bounce outside, turn the corner, and go upfield and make something positive out of it. and gets enough for the first down, as it looked like that was pretty well defended initially by the Comets. Not sure if it was just a matter of didn't finish or maybe had a little more athleticism than we were expecting there. So first down and 10. They'll stay in the shotgun formation, 2 by 1, 2 receivers out to the right. Oh, and a little miscommunication there. There's a false start on the outside receiver.
False start against.
And that might be one of the easiest false start calls an official's going to call all season long, as we were taking off downfield there. So that'll put that one back 5 yards, make it first down and 15. Make this first down play a little bit more difficult for the Eagles. And for the Comets, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, just kind of, again, just that 4-3 cover 2 look. He'll hand it off up the middle, going nowhere as Jack Brookshire in on the tackle, along with Ryan Lytle and Jake Wright. And a 3 makes sure that play goes nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. They'll credit Ryan Lytle, with the tackle. So second down and 14. And again, that's what Coach Potter always preaches. On defense, you want to set it up to where they're in second down and long, third down and long. You want them in those long down and distance plays because that makes the offense one-dimensional. And anytime you get an offense to be one-dimensional, it makes things easier for the defense. It makes play calling on the defensive side easier. It makes execution easier on the defensive side. So that's exactly what they're setting themselves up here as they bring the pressure, makes the throw, completes it. I tell you what, good snag, and lights them up at the end of the play. Levi Taylor, but a good play there as they're going to gain about 7 yards.
Brookshire and Taylor on the stop for the Comets, second down.
A third down and 5, so I tell you what, pretty well defended there. Just kind of went up and got the ball and made a great play. And then, of course, kudos to Levi Taylor for screaming in there and making the big hit to finish the play. And so third down and 5. Be interesting to see what the Watonga Eagles do here as they're in shotgun formation. Trips right, 3 receivers out right, 3 by 1. Again, Comets kind of playing off coverage as they're going to look to bring the hit or try to defend it right at the sticks. As the time lets it fly, sails way too high. Is really the only player near that one is Levi Taylor, who has to really leap up there, extends the arm, tries to get turnover. But good news is 4th down and 5 either way. So looks like they're going to bring the punt team out here as Comets going to get the ball once again, as they'll punt the ball here with it spotted on the 38-yard line. And Trevor Rodman, of course, back to return if he gets an opportunity to return. They'll have pretty good field position again. Again, even fair catch, you're sitting at about the 35-yard line, in between the 30-35. And if you can return it, get 5 or 10 yards, you're almost sitting at midfield. So this time, he's going to punt it out to the right side. We'll see if it takes an eagle bounce and roll. It does. But ball kind of dies, and they're going to spot it right there at the 37-yard line, give or take. And so when the Comets get possession again, this is where they're going to start right there on the 37-yard line, leading 12-zip. We'll be right back here in just a moment on Hinton Comets.tv.
For our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready.
All right, first down here quickly. Comets working. First down play.
Short gain on the play. Dobbins on the stop for the Eagles. Second down, ball is marked.
And we got a player down on the first play here. So it looks like that might be Ryan Lytle. So going to take an official timeout here. As again, they were working really quick there. Went to take a quick commercial break. Time I got my gloves off and back on, we were right back at the action here. So it's going to be second down and 7. But they're going to attend to a player down here, as it looks like that's Ryan Lytle, the senior. And again, you just really hope here in the last play of the last game of the season for him, his senior season, you really hope that he's not seriously injured, seriously hurt. Of course, Ryan Lytle's a top-notch, prolific athlete, great wrestler too. Doesn't just play one sport, not just a football player, but he's also a wrestler. And I tell you what, you just hope he's okay right here in the last game. And they're taking a look at him down here. And while we do that, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back here in just a moment.
Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
The industry.
All right, 2nd down and 6, roughly. Shotgun set, 2 receivers to the right. Pistol formation. Snap, and off. This time, this play's blown up, going nowhere. As Levi Taylor just has to hang on there. The pass rush comes flying in for the Eagles. It's looking at a 3rd down and 11 roughly with 5:33 remaining here in the first half. And they're going to make a pair of subs there, as this time Clifton Craighead, Braden Strong in the game. And they'll have Craighead out wide. More than likely Braden Strong on the opposite side here is 3rd down 11. Have to believe, considering where they're at, considering their field position here, is you might see them chunk the ball in the air. As again, the safety's playing up short here, so he lets it fly. It's a go route for Braden Strong. Can he finish? And well defended there by number 16 for the Eagles. Kind of keeps him right alongside the boundary. Turns his head around and not able to make a connection there to Braden Strong. So, again, well defended there by the DB. Right alongside the boundary. So they're going to bring the punt team out here on 4th down and 11. As the Eagles kind of come up with a pair of stops here and keep this a 2-possession game with 5:01 remaining in the 2nd quarter. So Ryan Lytle, of course, again, want to mention that Ryan Lytle is up under his own power. Everything good here, so back in the game and set to kick the punt. Snap, kicks it, kicks up, kind of hangs in the air. It's going to die right at about midfield, and we'll see if it takes bounce rolls. This time they're just going to walk away from the balls. I think they've had enough miscues on special teams for a night, so you can hear the coaches yelling there. So midfield's where we're going to see the ball in the next possession for the Eagles offense. We're going to stay right here live on HintonComets.tv, as neither team really wasting any time on these change of possessions. So again, for the Comets, 2-score game. One of the things the Comets have struggled with this season is kind of the first half, building momentum, getting ahead, playing from ahead rather than playing from behind. And, right now with 2-score lead, main thing you want to do is just keep this positive momentum rolling. You really don't want them getting on the board right here at the end of the first half and getting any momentum and thinking that, they have a chance to come back and win this game. So they're going to keep it here, as this time this is blown up there. 2 blockers in. That one's going absolutely nowhere. Great play there. A pair of Comet defenders in on the stop. Jacob Bonnewell, of course, finishing the business for the Comets. As again, Jacob Bonnewell has really found a new level this season. He's played a lot better. And, of course, I know he'll be more than happy to get back to 100% health next season, be a really big impact player for the Comets, as he's progressed a lot this season, kind of battled some injuries here and there, and presumably have him back at 100% health next season. He's going to be a big impact player for the Comets. So 2nd down and a mile. Pistol formation. Looked like they jumped just a little bit, but no calls. That one's out. Jack Brookshire, can he scoop it up? They're going to fall on it here, and it's Comet ball, as it looks like Milo Gonzalez is in there on it. Alexis Valdespino. Yep, couldn't read the number there, but he fell in on the play there as it looked like he had Jack Brookshire was trying to scoop and score, and Alexis falls on it. But you know what? That's the right idea. Big men fall the ball big men fall on the ball. If you're a skill set player, you scoop it up and run with it. So just glad to see it in possession of the Comets as they're going to get one more look here with 3:58 in the first half. With a 2-possession lead, can they make it 3 before we go into the locker room for halftime? Pistol formation, 2 receivers out to the right side. Clifton Craighead and Braden Strong. Snap, going to hand it off. Up the middle, has a good gap, bounces to the outside, has 1 minute to beat, spins out, down at the 19-yard line, and enough for the first down. Good piece of running there by Jake Wright. And I tell you what, Jake is having a great game so far running the ball. He's been able to, one of the most important aspects of running back is having that vision. Can the offensive line set up a hole, give you an opportunity to make the play, and then when you get to the next level, can you use that vision, can you use that awareness, and can you use your skill set to make a man or two miss, to bounce to the outside, to follow your blocks? And I tell you what, Jake Wright has done a great job tonight. He's running the ball extremely well, and the Comets executing on the ground as they have a new set of downs here, 1st and 10, 3:15 remaining in the first half. Snap, QB design has, again, 5, really more than likely about 7 or 8 yards before he's even touched by an Eagle defender, and that's exactly what the Comets want to see. Is that's a big yardage play there on first down, and that's going to put them in a 1st and goal. It'll move the chains again. Anytime you can move the chains on a play on a 1st down and 10 or a 2nd and 10 where the quarterback is touching the ball, that's a great play, great execution. He's just kind of screaming up the middle, and I tell you what, they've had a lot of running plays up the middle that have just worked well so far tonight. So 1st and goal. This time we'll see if they can punch it in as they came up a little bit short last time around. 2 receivers out right. He's going to hand it here, bounce to the outside, drags a defender, really going nowhere. Well played by the Eagles there, as Jake Wright was fighting as hard as he could to try to shake that defender off, just kind of carrying him to the outside or off the edge, and then the second defender comes in to finish the play. So really going nowhere there, 2nd down and goal. 2:05. Again, plenty of time here. I believe the Hinton Comets have 2 timeouts remaining if they need to use them for whatever reason. So plenty of time, just a matter of executing here and seeing if they can go up 3 scores before halftime. As this wind has settled down just a little bit. Unfortunately, it's still very, very chilly up here, but wind has not settled down. They're going to actually take one right now. The Hinton Comets going to take their 2nd timeout of the first half. So, of course, we'll stay right here live on HintonComets.tv.
Timeout on the field. This is a Wheeler Brothers Grain Company timeout.
All right, while we take that timeout, kind of want to remind everybody, as we said a while back, this week we've got junior high basketball starting up, and 3 weeks from now we'll have high school basketball starting up, boys and girls. Boys and girls already starting to scrimmage, kind of doing some scrimmages here, but we'll get the regular season started. The first game is at Watonga. That's November 29th. So November 29th, boys and girls will be playing at Watonga. Then on December 2nd, they'll be playing at Calumet. So again, going to start the season off with a pair of road games. Of course, as we said, we play roughly 40 games every single season, and we're going to have more than likely just about every single one of those streamed right here on HintonComets.tv, and I think that is just absolutely awesome. So good that no matter where you're at in the United States of America, you don't even have to be in the state of Oklahoma. All you got to do is have an internet connection and pop onto HintonComets.tv, and you can watch Hinton Comets basketball all season long, no matter where you're at, right here. And so we'll be streaming every single one of those games, and we look forward to doing that as we are just getting ready to get winter sports started, following the last game of the season here for the Hinton Comets football program. And so we'll come out of the timeout here. 2nd down and goal. Again, came up short last time around. We'll see if they can finish it this time and punch it in and get a 3-score lead, 1:40 remaining in the half. Pistol formation. 1 receiver out on each end. Braden Strong on the right. Clifton Craighead on the left. Jake Wright back. As this time he's going to keep it. Has open field. Cuts back inside. Powers forward. Touchdown, Comets. Levi Taylor. makes it look easy. And what more can you say there? Great play design, not many defenders. Of course, no defenders out wide. He kind of sets it up there, bounces to the outside, and then just turns back inside and, again, drops his shoulders, kind of bowling balls his way in, and just carries that momentum forward. Great design, not, going anytime you can go 3, 4, 5 yards before you're touched. That's going to set up for a great play. And the Comets get exactly what they need there, go to the well, get the touchdown on the ground, 18-0. So we'll see if, again, this has been one of the difficult parts of the game tonight. So this time they're going to try to go for 2. He'll snap it here, throws it, intended for Braden Strong. Ball sails a bit too high, is not really open there on the slant pattern. And so your game is 18-0. The 2-point conversion is no good.
134.
But good news for the Comets, that's about the only thing that hasn't gone well for them this evening is it has been all Comets all first half, 18-0 lead. So we'll be right back here in just a moment to close out the first half right here on HintComets.tv.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesday.
All right, just like that. We're right back here, minute 34. Comets leading 18-0, just trying to close out here. Ryan Lytle set to kick. Then we'll look to close this first half out. And kicks underway. He'll cover that one at the 25-yard line, run this one as he met by a steamroller of Comets. They barrel in there. Jack Brookshire. Looks like Crease Douglas in there as well. Had a bunch of Comets there. Several numbers kind of lighted up. So, again, good special teams play by the Comets. They kind of keep that going all night. Again, outside of the extra point attempts and 2-point conversion, everything else in the special teams game has worked pretty well for the Comets tonight. So, again, deep, not the best starting position here for the Eagles, and only a minute 34. Now they do have all 3 timeouts remaining if they need to stop the clock, but they got a lot of field to go as that ball sits right on the 30-yard line, as they have yet to find the end zone in this game. So shotgun formation, 2-by-2, 1 man back, has to let it fly, and does on an outside route. But no good, incomplete. Thought maybe he would attempt the ball on the outside receiver, but instead elects to throw that one to the inside receiver, and had an opportunity there on a little out route, but just nothing happening. As not much has worked offensively for the Eagles tonight. And I'm debating on whether I want to call that a drag or an out. It sort of looked like a drag route. Second down, as this time he's going to keep it. Bounces to the left side, cuts back inside, and it's a positive gain there, as they'll gain about 6 on the play. So 3rd down and 4 roughly with a minute 19 remaining. And the Comets, I tell you what, the Comets will take that because that forces them to use one of their timeouts. That keeps the clock running, fails to get to the boundary and get out of bounds. And so that's a win for the Comets, especially when you're down here on the opposite end of the field and you've got roughly 70 yards, 65, 70 yards to go. You'll take a 5-6 yard play on the ground that keeps the clock running when you're inside a minute and a half here. So they're going to have to use one of those timeouts. The Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining as the Comets lead 18-0, trying to get a shutout here in the first half. And as again, it's been really an all-around team effort defensively. We've called several players named tonight. Thomas Strother, Jack Brookshire, Jake Wright, Levi Taylor, Milo Gonzalez. I tell you what, just lots of different names. And you really like to see that. You like to see different players get involved. It can't be a one-man show. It's always fun to watch one player kind of take over the game. But when you're going to have success, it's a team game. You got to have several players involved. Of course, Ryan Lytle, Thomas Strother as well. Just a plethora of different Comets making plays tonight defensively. and that's led to a shutout so far here in the first half. So they'll look back to they'll make an audible here, look back to the line. Snap, drops back to pass, flings it out. Braden Strong gets a hand in on it, all over that one, sniffs that one out. Great awareness, textbook coverage. And really a great job at just getting a hand in there, not pulling that jersey, not tugging around, not getting a hand across the shoulder, just reaching in there, swatting that ball down and making a great play defensively. So 4th down and 4 for the Eagles. As again, you put yourself in a position here, a minute 15. If you don't convert here, the Comets, not saying that they would attempt to go for it here, they would attempt to try to score, but they would have pretty good field position here as they're going to bring the heat. I'm not sure if that was a design screenplay or what, but the Comets were all over that one. And again, well defended there.
Screen pass is complete to Morris. We are short of a first down. Hinton will take over on down.
So again, Hinton Comets. Got to see the ball again, as it feels like, I tell you what, it feels like they have, we don't have the official stats up here, but it feels like they have absolutely dominated the time of possession offensively. It feels like they've had the ball for the majority of the first half. And again, that's always going to lead to success when you have the ball for an overwhelming majority of the time, so long as you find the end zone. And the Comets have done that 3 times tonight as they lead 18-0 with a minute and 10. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. They have pretty good field position. They do have 1 timeout and a minute and 10 remaining here as Clifton Craig heads in motion, and they're going to give him the ball. He's going to see if he can bounce. Kind of runs right into a tackle, as I'm not sure if he was unsure to bounce outside or cut back in, and just kind of ran right into the block. But he will get about 4 yards on the play, so that's 2nd down and 6. So the good news there, at least positive play. That keeps the clock rolling, 49 seconds. Snap, has to get it out. Braden Strong open. Can he make a man miss? As this time it's well defended, wrapped out as they get him the ball in space. But this time the Eagle defender able to finish the play and bring him down to the ground. Number 16 completes the tackle, gets a little help from the back. And we're going to get a timeout taken here. And it's going to be the Eagles' timeout, so they're going to take another one of their timeouts. So both teams will have 1 timeout remaining. And, of course, never a bad idea to take your timeouts here at this point in the game. You can't take them in the locker room with you. You come out in the second half, you get 3 new timeouts again. So, again, nothing wrong with using that. Is now they're showing here, it appears they're showing the Comets are taking this timeout. So, might have looked at that the wrong way. The Comets will take their 3rd and final timeout. So the Eagles will still have 2 timeouts. And the Comets take the 3rd and final timeout if I'm reading that correctly. I believe I am. Again, on the scoreboard, it's hard to really see. But I believe I got that correctly. So the Eagles with 2 timeouts remaining. The Comets take their 3rd and final timeout here. Leading 18-0. Pistol formation, 1 receiver out and in. Again, be interesting to see if they test. Of course, they're going to hand the ball off this time, and that one's blown up. That's really going nowhere. And I started to hesitate. You know, it looked like one of those positions where the way the defense was set up, it's like, do you take a shot there to Braden Strong, but 3rd down and short? Again, not a bad call to run the ball there. Looking at that down and distance, I should have given that a second thought. Not a bad decision to run it there, but well played by the Eagles. So now they're going to play all their defenders back and kind of keep everything in front of them. So that's going to make this play a lot harder to execute, as this time the ball's intended for Braden Strong. Has a chance of catching it, but then 2 defenders in there to try to lay the big hit, as nothing doing there, so it'll be a turnover on downs. And with 6 seconds left, have to believe they're going to kneel this one down or at least run 1 final play before the end of the half. But so far, it's been all Comets here in the first half, as they're more than likely going to get a shutout here in the first half and walk into this one with a 3-score lead and a lot to be happy about. So 3-by-1, almost kind of like a Hail Mary look, as we'll see if they send them all on streaks, and he's just going to let it fly. We'll see if he can get a man open. That time, great job there by Trevor Rodman, all over that one. Bats that ball down, and they're showing 1 more second left on the game clock, so they might get 1 more play here. As they do have 1 second left, so we're going to get 1 more shot at this. And Again, if you're the Eagles, you're down 3 scores. You're not really, neither team in playoff contention here. You're just playing for pride, playing to get a win. So why not? Worst thing that happens, you get a turnover right here, and you go into halftime. Scores 18-0 either way. So can't blame them for taking a shot here. As this time he has no opportunity. Ryan Lytle comes in there, lays the wood, gets a sack, and that's the end of the first half. So it's all Comets here in the first half, leading 18-0. So we're going to take a break. You guys go ahead and take a break. Hope you're staying warm here on a Friday night. Get yourself some coffee, get yourself some hot chocolate, take a bathroom break, and we will be right back here in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half. Comets leading 18-zip right here on HintonComets.tv.
At 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cash back. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
The industry.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging work seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
The industry.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
The industry.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device. Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for you.
All right. Getting second half underway here, and start here at the ball on the 30-yard line. So for those of you just tuning in, 18-0 first half, all Comets. Having success, punch the ball in, running the ball well on the ground, having a little success through the air, and playing good defensively. As I believe, kind of looking through the stats at halftime, Watonga has negative yardage offensively. So really a testament to how well the Comets have played defensively. It's been an all-out team effort, multiple names across the board. And, of course, they've had several turnovers as well. Really a lot of that action coming on special teams. As one of them, was kind of an accident, and I think they saw it well, and then the second kick just took advantage on sort of a squib kick. So really in all three facets of the game, it's been all Comets. There's nothing doing on that play. As they go to the ground on the first down play, right up the gut. It'll be second down and 10. So again, for the Eagles, the story of the first half, they're just going to want to look past that one, get to the second half, and really try to get some success offensively. You got to get forward. You got to have positive yardage. Put yourself in a manageable down and distances. They've had several downs where it's been second down and long, third down and long. You got to get yourself in a more manageable down and distance to really open up your playbook. Is they're going to throw this one out here? Is he going to run it or throw it? He's going to take a hold of it, get forward there, and it's a positive play, but a flag at the end of the play. And that one came towards the end of the tackle, so we'll see the call. It looks like he's signaling maybe a face mask on the defense. And if so, that'd be some more yardage tacked on at the end. It's a face mask penalty. Trying to remember if that's 10 or 15 yards. So following the penalty there, good play, and some penalty yardage to boot. They'll put that one on the 48-yard line. And so positive territory here. Clock will start rolling again. Again, Comets 4 down linemen, 3 backs. They're going to send him up the gaps as he has to try to make a man miss. Ryan Lytle in there to finish. As that was really well sniffed out. The linebackers played that one well. And then, of course, Ryan Lytle, great job finishing there with the tackle. Nothing doing there, maybe a gain of 1, so second down and 9. And that's just what you talked about. Fundamentally, they've been very sound defensively. Defensive lines had a great night. Linebackers have done good at sticking to their assignments, plugging the gaps, not allowing them to bounce to the outside, wrapping up, making great tackles. Just, again, fundamentally very sound. So shotgun formation, one receiver out on each end. Jack Brookshire tries to finish that one, and Ryan Lytle, again, settling there. That one started with Jack Brookshire and ended with Ryan Lytle, and Thomas Strother in there pushing the line forward as well. So, again, just not much opportunity for the back there for the Eagles. Not much doing. Really every gap plugged, and they're really moving the offensive line of the Eagles back. They're winning that battle in the trenches, and that's where football starts. The game is often won and lost in the trenches. Can you win that battle? And so far, it's been all Comets. Is really that upperclassman defensive line and linebacker core. That front 7 has just controlled the game up to this point. So third down and 10 as they really bunch them all up. Going to run to that left side and balls down forward. Will gain about 2 on the play. So right where the Comets want it, fourth down and 8. And we'll see if they bring the punt team out. So again, they don't have any points so far, trailing 18-0 in the last game with really nothing to play for other than pride and the dub. And it's 4 down territory. It looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field, bring in a couple of their smaller playmakers. Again, looking for speed, trying to get up in the gap, probably going to run some vertical routes. Try to get downfield. You got to get 8 yards here. So 3-by-1, shotgun set. Snap, they're going to send Jake right up. Got to get that ball out quick. It does, out in front. It's going to be picked off. Levi Taylor is going to run. Does he have a block? Bounces to the outside. And down at the 50-yard line, turnover Comets.
Levi Taylor on the interception.
Levi Taylor, great awareness there. The receiver was open, a pretty good throw by the quarterback. I'm not sure if it was just tipped or if it bounced off his hands, but had an opportunity there to make the catch. And next thing you know, the ball kind of bounces its way into the hands of Levi Taylor. Great awareness, of course, right in there to get the turnover, and then kind of turns upfield and goes forward. And next thing you know, it's Comet ball right at the 50-yard line. So Comets defensively get the turnover, and we'll see the offense. 1st and 10. And we'll see what we get a look at here as they're going to get the ball to Graydon DeVinny, who kind of powers forward, drops the shoulder. Great play there on 1st down. And again, Graydon DeVinny there is he got a little bit of, he's kind of seen a little bit of action here and there throughout the season. Got some snaps at the Western Heights game and really did a good job there. And nice finish at the end of the play. Drops his shoulder and kind of falls forward. And again, that's what Levi Taylor does so well. And now you're looking at a 2nd down and 3. And they'll keep him out there at the quarterback position. I see Dylan Ingram out wide too. So you're going to see, of course, Trevor Rodman in motion there. He's going to keep it. Bounces forward, shows out the speed, kicks out, stiff arms, cuts back inside. It takes 2 men to bring him down after he makes about half the defense miss. And that ball's inside the 20. Another great play. As we got a player down, we got a Watonga Eagle down, but while that's going on, got to brag on that play. That was really good blocks, and of course, Graydon DeVinny showing off the speed. It looks like he had a burst of quickness there and pulled the stiff arm and then was able to cut back inside, and it took 2 defenders to bring him down to the end of the play. So we got a injury timeout here, and it looks like he's up pretty quickly with the helping hand of the staff, and going to be walking off under his own power, so always nice to see. Never want to see anybody, regardless of whether it's the home team, opposing team, rival team, non-rival team, you never want to see a player hurt, so glad to see him up and walking under his own power. And so for those of you just tuning in, 7:49 here in the 3rd, as it's been, again, continually all Comets leading 18-zip. Levi Taylor gets an interception, and you're seeing again some different action at quarterback as Graydon DeVinny has been in on the last couple of plays. Just wanting to get different again. Not just the last game for the seniors, but you also got to start looking to the future here as Rodman's going to bounce outside, and they bring him down, but a flag on the play as we await the call. Seems like a lot of times on these type of plays, it's usually a holding call. We'll see what it is, and it is a holding call. It's on the Comets. Those kind of like stretch runs, bounce runs to the outside, where you got to have those blocks set up. But more times than not, somebody's going to get just a little bit of a hold. There's times where you get away with it and times where you don't. And that time, not getting away with it. And as we were kind of referring to earlier before the penalty, different players are going to get different looks because you're not just finishing out a season here, but you're also looking forward to the future. There's a lot of good players on this team that have not gotten as many snaps as they normally would because this is a senior-heavy team. You've got a lot of impact seniors, a lot of impact upperclassmen on this team. So, again, there's going to be a lot of familiar faces that will be getting more snaps, more playing time next season, and also going to be some fresh faces on the team next year. So this is a good opportunity for some of these players to kind of get some snaps here and start looking forward to the future. So again, you're going to see that here in the second half by the looks of it.
First down and long for the Comets. Ball is marked.
And they'll keep Graydon DeVinny at quarterback. Shotgun formation. 2-by-1. Snap. He's going to keep it. Can he follow Ryan Lytle? Ryan Lytle lays a good block, and then he's going to drop his shoulder and fall forward and gain back about 7 of those yards and put him down in about 11 yards to go. I think it's 2nd down. Yeah, 2nd down, and they'll kind of pull it back 1 yard, 2nd down and 12 with 6:48 in the quarter. Trevor Rodman back, pistol formation, one receiver out on each end. We'll see if he let him fly or not, if he's going to hand it off. Rodman's got to bounce outside. Can he turn the corner? Lays a stiff arm down inside the 20, and a flag on the penalty. I have to believe that might be a face mask on the Comets. He kind of brings that hand up. Does he grab a hold of the face mask? We'll see. As the judge, the official that threw the flag, had a real good look at it. And it looks like it's on Watonga. Again, not exactly sure what the call is yet. We do know it is on Watonga. Okay, now they're picking it up, moving it backwards. And now they're signaling it on the Comets. Okay. And repeat, second down. So, all right, a lot of action there. Little miscommunication. They got that sorted out. So second down and 15. Ball will be placed on the 25-yard line. And I think the coaching staff, Hinton coaching staff, wants to talk this one over as well. I think they're going to take an official timeout and talk some things over, get a couple of things cleared out with the coaching staff. I think Coach Potter, again, I'm all on the opposite side. Everybody's kind of bundled up this evening because it's a chilly night. But it looks like Coach Potter wanted to just kind of sort something out really quick. So he'll talk that over with the pair of officials. We'll stay right here live on HintonComets.tv. Of course, I want to remind everybody the Hinton Comets Lady Cheer Squad tomorrow is going to be competing in regionals. Going to be right in Oklahoma City. They'll be going on about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And again, if I'm wrong, correct me on that. We'll be going to watch. Excited to go out and support the Lady Comets cheer teams. They're going to be doing their game day cheer routine. That'll be 11 o'clock in the city tomorrow. And, of course, if they are one of the top 15 teams, I believe, I think there's over 30 teams that are competing, 35 if I'm correct, and I believe 15 make the cut. They'll get to advance to state, and state will be the following Saturday at Moore. So come on out and support your Hinton Comet Lady Cheer Squad tomorrow in Oklahoma City at 11 o'clock. And he's gonna evade it there, cut and fall down. Tell you what, great playmaking ability there by Graydon DeVinny, as he kind of squeezes out of that one and is able to keep his body up just enough to fall forward. So they'll show third down and 11.
Eagle, 19-yard.
5:23 remaining in the quarter. Again, it's been a while since either team has found the end zone. As Comets up to a 3-score lead. And they're letting this clock roll. As the play clock is at 0, so going to get a timeout here taken by the Comets. It'll be their first timeout. We're going to take one, too, and come right back at you here on HintonComets.tv.
Your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
All right, and we're back. Third down and 11. Comet ball. Graydon DeVinny back at quarterback. Rodman in motion. He's going to roll out right. Has to get this one out. Evades a sack. Evades 2 as they rip at his helmet. And he'll be down at the 25-yard line. The Eagles getting the sack there. And that'll be 4th down and long. Good job there by the Eagles defense as they bring the pressure, and for one of the few times this evening, come up with the sack. As Granavini rolls out right, but faces a lot of pressure and just kind of has to kind of just tuck that ball and try to make something out of it. And the Eagles get the stop, so 4th down and 15. So they're going to keep the offense out on the field. And Levi Taylor back in at quarterback, shotgun set. It's a 2-by-1. Braden Strong back in as well. Clifton Craighead out on the right side. He's going to let it fly, has plenty of time, and wide open in the end zone. Trevor Rodman, touchdown, Comets.
Taylor's pass complete to Rodman.
Wide open there and floated that one in like rain for the easy touchdown there to go up 24-0. And again, you just love to see that again. It's been a while, since either team has found the end zone, and it's kind of been on a little scoring drop for a minute there. And as they bring Levi Taylor back in, the senior quarterback making the plays, and of course the prolific Trevor Rodman, who does it all, carries the ball. He's a kick returner and a receiver there. And just great all-around execution by the Hinton Comets. Extra point attempt is good. So that'll put them up 24-0 with 4:13 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
Christianity is about walking by faith, living with hope, and sharing our love. And the greatest of these is love. We love God, our neighbors, and one another, and we would be delighted for you to come share the love of God with us at the Hinton Church of Christ, 307 South Spencer in Hinton, Oklahoma. Join us on Sundays for Bible classes for all ages at 9 a.m., worship at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., and midweek Bible study on...
All right, I want to welcome you back here. Following the touchdown, Comets leading 25-0. Kick sails. They're going to field it at the 20-yard line. Up the middle, bouncing out left, has to cut back inside. And a pair of Comets, Crease Douglas coming in there at the end of the play, as this ball will be spotted on the 37-yard line, where they'll begin their next possession here on offense. Again, so far tonight, it's been all Comets. Again, defensively, done a great job. Got a turnover here in the second half. Levi Taylor with the interception. And really, so far, not much more you could ask for. Playing well at all facets of the game. Front seven playing well. DB's playing well. So just looking to keep that one going here as you got an opportunity for a shutout with 3:35 remaining here in the third, if you can keep things going the way they have so far tonight. Number 7 in motion. They'll stop him there. Hand it off up the middle as Jake Wright comes screaming in there. One-arm tackle as that ball's going nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1. Second down and 9. Eagles.
Watonga 39-yard line.
And again, that's just the way it's been this evening. It feels like every play you're calling a new player's name. And Jake Wright, he's had a phenomenal game tonight. But I've said his name about half a dozen times tonight. Just really playing well, seeing the ball well, being the playmaker as he's fully healthy. And this time he's going to roll out right as he's got a little bit of space. Jack Brookshire's going to chase him down and knock him out of bounds. But he'll gain enough for the first down. Big gain there on the play, as he just kind of shows off the speed, bounces way to the outside, and really nobody touches him until Jack Brookshire comes in and forces him out of bounds. So for the Eagles, a first down. Again, not a lot of first downs tonight for the Eagles. Not a lot of plays to move the chains. So that's a good look for the Eagles. The ball on the 48-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2-by-1. Comets kind of playing off coverage from their DBs. Their corners playing off about 10 yards. They're going to hand this one up the middle, but that's going nowhere as the defensive line plugs that one up. And the ground game continuing to struggle for the most part. Anything up the middle, it's just not worked well for the Eagles tonight. That they've really, the Comets defensive line have played extremely well up front. They've plugged up gaps, and they've assured that ball goes nowhere. It's really any success that they've had so far tonight in the running game, they're having to bounce to the outside. And ultimately, when you got a linebacker core as good as this group, that's what you want to do. If you can force that ball outside, you'll trust the guys like Hunter Helms, Jake Wright, Jack Brookshire, to go in there and get the tackle. 2nd down and 9. Zed has to get this one out. They're going to set up blocks downfield. Can they catch him in time? And again, Jake Wright. Another good play there by the Eagles, as that was a well-designed play. He kind of gets that ball in open space. Blocks were set up downfield. And that's enough to move the chains, get another 1st down. So again, got to give credit where it's due. It's good execution there, good play design by the Eagles. As they're going to run the hurry up here, shotgun set, trips left, has to get this one out again, and just a similar play design, but the Comets all over it this time, as that ball took a little bit to get there and wasn't really in the best position to catch that ball, and so that kind of set the Comets up there to go ahead and get the stop as they're 2nd down and 9. Tried a similar play design, just not as well executed, didn't quite put the ball in as good of a spot as you'd like either. Again, running the hurry up here, 3-by-1, shotgun set. They're going to adjust right there, move the back to the other side. He's going to keep it, cuts up the middle, has tons of space. Can they catch him? Jack Brookshire is going to try to run him down. Screaming into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. And with 24 seconds left in the 3rd, the Eagles get on the board for the first time tonight. And a good play design there as they kind of get the defense going the other way. And the middle is wide open as he basically goes untouched all the way into the end zone. And again, got to give credit. They've had a couple of plays here with this just really great play design, and up to the Eagles to execute. And they have executed. And that's resulted in 6 points here. It's going to go for 2. Interesting look there as he kind of does a 360 spin. The Comets saying no sir. They're going to put that one on the ground. 2-point attempt, no good. That was an interesting look there. I'd like to see a replay of that. It looked like he almost spun completely around, unless I was seeing that wrong. Not exactly sure what exactly that play was supposed to be, but the Comets, either way, were all over it. So no doing there. Comets still leading 25-6 with 24 seconds remaining here in the 3rd. So we'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Stream with Pioneer iVideo and more. Live, recorded, on demand, all in HD. Easily find and watch your favorite shows and movies. Anywhere. On any device.
All right, just like that, working quickly here, right back from commercial break. 24 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Following the scoring play from the quarterback, run right up the gap into the end zone. They're going to kick it off here. And back to receive for the first time in quite some time is Trevor Rodman. And here we go. And they're going to kind of squib it here. Well played there. Getting that one and getting a knee down. Number 14 does a great job. And again, that's exactly how you want to play that on special teams. Just get the ball, get on the ground, and take your field position. Because when you kick it like that, if you can keep possession, if you can get possession of the ball, you're going to have good field position. So they're going to mark that one down at the 43-yard line by the looks of it. And that's where the Comets are going to begin their next drive offensively. All right, 1st down. We're going to get a little break in the action here, a little official timeout. All right. Coming out of the quick break here. First down, shotgun formation. They got them bunched up on the right side of the line, a 2-by-1. They're going to roll that way. Ryan Lytle getting ready to set up the block. Levi Taylor being patient, kind of staying behind his back, letting him lay that block forward. And a good solid play there, a gain of 5 on the first down. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. And again, that's what you'd like to see there from Levi Taylor, just the patience, the ability to follow your block, and really the good awareness. You could see Ryan Lytle turning his head there, too, as he's looking to see where his QB is, where his blocks are at downfield. And that is a man that you do not want running at you full speed for sure. He's going to lay the block. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Comets leading 25-6. We'll be right back here in just a moment. Hitting Comets.tv.
Perfect for the entire family. And easy to use. Enjoy Pioneer iVideo today.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to...
All right, getting the fourth quarter underway. Your Comets leading 25-6, trying to close this one out, lock in their consecutive winning season at 6-4. 2nd down and 5. Snap. Rolls to the right side, powers forward. Taylor will gain about 3 on the carry. He's going to set up a 3rd and short for the Comets. And again, if you're the Comets here in the fourth quarter, more than likely your goal is, if you can get on the board again, great. You want to have good possessions here. You want to execute well, and you want to chew up clock here. You want to dominate the time of possession and get this one over and get out of here. So, don't get anybody banged up. Execute well in the season on a high note. Really control the time of possession, control the ball here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun set. He's going to keep it. Has to find a hole there as the Eagles do a good job of plugging that one up. He might actually lose a yard on that play. That's what the judge here on the side is showing. He's going to lose a yard. So we're looking at 4th and 2, maybe 4th and 2.5. Again, that ball is just in a different spot than the side judge where he is standing. And that was well played. Again, got to give credit to the Eagles. That was well defended. So Hinton's going to take another timeout. They should have 1 remaining. They'll use their 2nd timeout. So 1 timeout remaining. Of course, Watonga still has all 3 of their timeouts. We'll stay right here live on HintonComets.tv. So again, if you're the Comets, as we just talked about here, just trying to close things out, trying to execute well. 4th down here, more than likely, going to keep the offense out here. And if you're the offense, you want to do what you do best here. This is a run-first team, as we talked about. They set up blocks well. They run the ball well in different ways. They kind of bounce to the outside. They have players like Jake Wright and Trevor Rodman that can turn the corner quick. Of course, they can, power the ball up the middle extremely well. They get Jake Wright involved with that. Or their signature running play, which is the QB lead. They can get Levi Taylor involved in that. So many different ways to run the ball and execute well here. So it's just a matter of getting it done in this 4th down situation, 4th and 1. And you like to see them do it. It keeps the clock running, and it keeps the possession, keeps the ball in the possession of the Comets, and it gives them a chance to try to put some more points on the board here before the end of the game. Shotgun formation. Like to see if maybe he just keeps it and runs right up the middle, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Will he have enough? As he kind of powers forward, he'll have plenty for the first down. And that's what you do. You give Levi Taylor the ball in the shotgun set. You set your blocks up, you power forward, and you let him run. You let him get that forward momentum going. You get Levi Taylor running at full speed, let him just drop his head, power through there, drop the shoulder, and more than likely, if you only need a couple of yards, you're going to get it in that situation with Levi Taylor. So a fresh set of downs, and of course, letting that play clock sort of wind down inside of 15. And that's what you'd like to see on each and every play. Try to keep the ball inbounds, let the clock run, get that play clock inside of 15, and then set up your play and execute right here. As this time they're going to give it to Trevor Rodman, who cuts inside. Nice move there, hops over a defender, and that's 3 yards, but it's a well-earned 3 yards, a hard-fought-for 3 yards, so 2nd down and 7. It's again pretty well defended by the Eagles. They had defenders there, so he kind of just had to make something work out of nothing and kind of evades one, jumps over another one, and is able to get some positive yardage out of the situation. Always better than a play blown up or a play dead at the line of scrimmage. So again, they'll look to the sideline. Clock inside of 15 seconds. 9:21 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Comets working with the sizable lead. Again, safeties are really playing in. If they wanted to throw the ball, the opportunity's there. As Levi Taylor's just going to keep it. That one's well defended. Ball comes out late, but they're going to whistle it down. So it'll be 3rd down and 8. Comets maintain possession of the ball. And again, you could tell that the Eagles know exactly what's going to happen here. They know that they're running the ball. Of course, this is the opportunity that you're supposed to be running the ball, so it's nothing, not an indictment of the coaching staff. Just that's the situation of the football right now. So a lot of times you're playing situational football, and both teams understand that. So you got the safeties playing in. You basically have them loading up the box with defenders, and so it's at this point a numbers game. Of course, kind of referencing if they wanted to let it fly, they could. But, at this point of the game, you're just trying to run the clock. You're trying to win the time possession and get this one over with. So we're going to get a timeout here taken. We'll see who takes it. It's the Hinton Comets will take this one. Should be their 3rd and final timeout.
Timeout, Hinton.
And that is their 3rd and final timeout. So with 8:21, we're going to take a timeout, and so are we. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
Treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
All right, Hinton Comets take their 3rd and final timeout. Coming out of the break, 8:21 remaining, up 25-6. 3rd down and 8, bouncing to the outside. Not enough there. It's going to be 4th down and about 4. There's a pair of Eagles there come screaming in, bring him down. And so we'll see if it's 4 down territory or if they punt. Again, if they punt, they could pin them deep. Or they could keep the offense out and try to go for this and keep that clock rolling and keep possession of the football. So looks like, just based on what I'm seeing down there, they're going to keep the offense out here on the field, which I believe would be the right decision.
4th down, Comets. Ball is marked at the Eagle 30.
And so that's exactly what they're going to do. 4th down and roughly 3. 7:39, clock continues to roll. Shotgun formation. He's going to see if he can follow some blocks. They're not really setting up. Cuts back inside, powers forward, and gets enough for the first. And I tell you what, good job there, good patience, and then look at the burst of speed at the end of that play. As not only does he pick up speed, but just drops his kind of whole body, just his whole kind of, the chain just kind of down to the ground there and just really dives head first and gets enough for the yards. Actually has it by a couple of yards. He had plenty of yards, if not more, to move the chains. As we get a car alarm going off on the far side. Shotgun set. 3 receivers out. We'll see if they go that way. Tell you what, well defended by the Eagles. They blew up that play on the left side. Then had a couple defenders swarming in late to make the tackle as that play is going nowhere. That's going to be 2nd down and 13. As the Eagles were all over that one, as they've played a little bit better defensively here in the second half, as they've done a better job of stopping the run. they've been a little bit more aware. Of course, here in the second half, when you have a sizable lead, there's a higher probability that you're going to run the ball. So a little bit easier from a play calling standpoint defensively. But they've done their job. They've executed, and they've looked much better defensively here in the second half. So second down and 13, shotgun formation. Snap. He's going to keep it. Falls his block, goes to the side of Ryan Lytle, cuts back in, and that's a good gain there, maybe about 8 yards on the play. So that'll set him up for third down and 4. And again, 4-down territory. You saw it last time around. They're going to keep the offense out regardless. 5:43, continuing to chew up clock, as they really dominated the time of possession this entire game, continuing that here in the second half, as they're just kind of biding their time. No need to run the up-tempo. You can bide your time, get your play call. Inside of 15 seconds of the play clock, get up to the line. Shotgun set. 2 receivers out to the right. It's a 2-by-1. He's going to follow that way again. Cuts inside. The block's there. This is going to be really close. They might say 4th down and inches. It's definitely 4th down and inside of 1 based on the spot. They just spot that one inside the 25-yard line, actually right on the 25-yard line. So looking more like a 4th down and 1 after they finish the spot. Which again, 4-down territory, Comets, you're keeping the offense on the field. And if you need 1 yard to boot, plenty of ways to get it. Personally, I'd have to believe they're going to keep the ball in the hands of Levi Taylor. You need a person that can just lower the shoulder, get 1 yard. He's taking this one under center. He may sneak this one over the line. Oh, actually going to take it to Jake Wright. He's going to bounce outside as one man kind of catches back up at the boundary. Gets him out of bounds. I tell you what, that was looking like he was just going to have one man to beat. Good job by the Eagles to kind of catch up and really shore that one up along the boundary, but great play there. Was not expecting that. Normally when they line up under center like that, Levi Taylor kind of just pulls the QB sneak and gets that one across the line. They hand that one off, just a halfback dive play to Jake Wright, but good job by Jake. A big hole opened up on the left side of the line as well. Good blocking, good execution, and plenty enough for the first. As was time is now inside of 4 minutes left in the game. As Comets, they want to score, but they want this to be the last possession of the game. They'd like to see the game end with the ball in their hands. Jake Wright bounces out to the left side. They'll throw him out of bounds. It's a gain of maybe 4 on the play.
Chris Sanders on the stop for the Eagles.
Chris Sanders knocks him out of bounds to finish the play. And so second down and 4. And again, 30 seconds on the play clock. They're going to take their time, as they've done this evening. Let it get inside of 15, then get up to the line of scrimmage and make things happen. And we're going to get a timeout here taken. And, of course, it's got to be taken by the Watonga Eagles, because they're the only ones with timeouts left on the board. So they're going to take their first timeout of the half with 3:16, and so are we. We'll be right back here in just a moment on HintonComets.tv.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst.
Man. All right, we're back from the break. As Watonga takes their first time out of the second half, 3:16, rolling out to the right side as he had the blocks, cuts inside, touchdown, Comets! Levi Taylor with another touchdown on the night, but a flag on the play, so we'll get the call. And you hope it's not a hold. And it's on the offense there. It's a tough penalty on that negates the scoring play. And they're going to have to run this one again. And a tough penalty there. That one takes back the scoring play to giving them a great exclamation point on what's been a fantastic drive. It feels like they've had the ball maybe about at least 5 minutes. At least a 5-minute drive. It's been a great drive. We'd like to see them finish it with points. That's a tough penalty there. So now we're looking at a 2nd down and 12. Snap. Gonna fall his blocks. Good job. Gets Ryan Lytle to the outside as he'll fall down there. Gains about 4 on the play. And they'll kind of use Ryan Lytle as a puller there is what I was kind of referring to, but not saying it in the best way there. They kind of pull Ryan Lytle out and get those blocks set up on the right side. Does a good job following the block. So we're looking at a 3rd down and 8. And again, 4 down territory here. They'll get this clock inside of 2 minutes before running the next play. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out. Rolls out to the left side. Stiff arms one, another flag on the play. They're going to show there. Looks like Watonga gets possession of the ball as that ball comes out.
Also a flag down on the play.
But we also have a flag on the play, so a lot of things to sort out here. So it's a holding penalty, so they're going to decline that one and take possession of the ball. So, again, drive ends in a turnover, be Watonga ball. But only 1:57 remaining, and Comets leading 25-6, of course. So, again, just got to play defense here under 2 minutes, execute, and end the season on a win. All right, so we'll start there with an illegal procedure. Half the distance. So they're going to restart 1st down here after following the penalty there, half the distance to the goal. Shotgun formation. Interesting look here, too. Look at the receivers out on each end. Very interesting as he's going to bounce outside. Has the blocks. Good play design. Powers forward. And that's going to be a gain of about 7 on the play. And that gets them out of the danger zone there. As you know, the Comets last week had 4 points. Both of those came off of safeties as they do really well defensively when the ball's in kind of that danger zone in that territory, you know, right towards the end zone. So good job there, good play design. Kind of get them out of trouble. You got a little bit more breathing room now if you're the Eagles. So 2nd down and 3. Shotgun looking to keep the same formation. Snap, this time hands it to the back. Finds a cut. He's going to go forward here. Clifton Cricket needs to make a tackle, and he does. Good job wrapping up. As after that, you had Jake Wright, and nothing else but open field. So a solid game there. A big chunk play by the Eagles.
Ball is marked at the Watonga 32-yard line.
And they're going to take a timeout here. We'll stay right here live on HintonComets.tv. 1:41 left. And so if you're Watonga, you're more than likely offensively, you're just looking to end the season on a good note. You're obviously not going to come out of this with the win. It's been a tough season for the Eagles. And you know what? When you have a season like this, you're just looking to build positive momentum. You're looking to, have good things come out of this game. And if you can end the season with a good drive, it's kind of something to build on. It's something to hold your head up about. Play with pride. It's a good way to kind of end the season on a positive note. And if you're the Comets, for your seniors, a lot of players, this is their last game. And the same thing is we talked about with the Eagles. You're building towards something that you're going to have next season. You're playing for pride. You're playing for the win. You've held them just to 6 points. If you're the defense, you'd hate to have that defensive performance kind of taken away by allowing the Eagles to get on the board one more time before the game. So, again, for the Comets, want to get the stop. For the Eagles, it's about the small things, being able to execute, kind of hold your head high, and make some good plays to end this game out. So 1:41, Comets leading 25-6. Following a pair of positive plays, one a chunk play for the Eagles. Shotgun formation, kind of a 3 receivers kind of bunched up on the left side, almost like a diamond formation. And 1 receiver to the right. Snap, this time they're going to hand it to the back who has space going up forward. Thomas Strother's going to get in there. Jake Wright will help him, and they'll blow it dead. It's a gain of 4. As again, they're really setting up some interesting look on the outside. And I think that is for an opportunity to kind of spread out the defense and give them some gaps in the running game. As you know, so far they've used this just as an opportunity to try to have success with the run game. This time an option, well played, and brought down there, nothing going. It looks like Thomas Strother in on the tackle. And Watonga's going to use their 3rd and final timeout, the minute 8 remaining in the game. So again, we'll stay right here live on HintonComets.tv as we want to remind everybody that this is the final broadcast for a little while. We're going to take a 2 or 3 week break, but I tell you what, we got winter sports coming up right around the corner, and I am super excited. We're going to have high school basketball starting up. Of course, next week you got junior high, 5th and 6th grade basketball rolling, wrestling season right around the corner. The Lady Comets cheer squad will be playing at regionals tomorrow in the city, trying to make state in the game day competition cheer. We'll be getting our winter sports right around the bend here, and we'll be broadcasting all that on HintonComets.tv. Of course, high school men's and women's basketball, we'll be starting that on November 29th. They'll be playing at Watonga to kick off the season. Then they'll follow that up with another road game, so a pair of road games. The second one at Calumet, that's on December 2nd. It starts at 6:30. So that is boys and girls basketball. Of course, all of that all season long. Tournament play and regular season, regular games. We'll be streaming right here on HintonComets.tv. And I'm excited to be with you. Of course, I'll be with you on most of those games. So anywhere you are in the state of Oklahoma, outside the state of Oklahoma, if you have internet and are able to get on HintonComets.tv, you'll be able to watch this game. As gets the ball to the outside here, has a block, makes one man miss, sets up another block, cuts back inside, has some open field. Can Trevor Rodman save the play? Cuts outside of Rodman, and he catches up to him at the end of the play, and we'll have the ball on the 12-yard line. And a big chunk play. No flags. And again, anytime you have a play like that, you wonder, is there going to be a block in the back? Is there anything set up, any hold? And there is a flag on the play. Okay, I'm not seeing where the flag is thrown. And it's on the Eagles. Yeah, there it is. It's on the 40-yard line. Okay, had a little bit tough time trying to see which official threw that flag. And it's either going to be a hold or a block in the back, more than likely. It almost looked like there was a backside block right towards midfield on that play. And so a big chunk play, a field flipper taken back. And that's tough for the Eagles. As that ball goes all the way back, they're going to spot that at the, looks like 30-yard line, right on the 30-yard line. So they go from a big field flipping play to a 3rd down and 12.
3rd down, Eagles.
With 52 seconds remaining here in the game. All right, so shotgun formation, 3 by 1. Diamond look on the left side. Flips it out. Number 7 catches it. Needs a block. Doesn't have one. Jack Brookshire finishes the play. Brings him to the ground. And it's 4th down and 8 with 40 seconds remaining in the play. So we may see. They're going to run the hurry up here. Wondered if it was going to be the final play of the game. But they're hurrying to the line. So shotgun set, 2 by 2. Need to convert here. Have to get across the sticks. It's 4th down. Lets it fly. Jack Brookshire gets a hand up ball. Too much inside. Number 5 tries to adjust back, make the catch. Good defense by Jack Brookshire. Nothing doing there. And a turnover on downs. Comet ball. So with 22 seconds left in the game, we are one more play away from finishing this game as neither team has any timeouts. You're Hinton Comets leading 25-6, and they're going to end the season with a win, finish 6-4 on the season, and build some positive momentum, something to carry into next season as we say goodbye to a Really a prolific, athletic, talented group of seniors that have contributed a ton to the Hinton Comets. It's going to be a big change next season. A lot of different faces, a lot of players getting some more playing time for next year as Levi Taylor takes the final knee and runs the clock out. And that'll be it. As it was a fast one, it seemed like just yesterday we were playing the first game of the season against Merritt. This season absolutely flew by. It was a ton of fun. I want to thank everybody that's been watching throughout the season on HintonComets.tv. Of course, we'll keep this going throughout basketball season and our winter sports as well. We'll bid farewell for now as your Hinton Comets in the season with the win, 25-6 on the road at Watonga. Finish the season 6-4. We'll be right back. We'll be here next season. Of course, no post game this evening on the road. We will continue that when we play our home games in basketball. We'll have some more featured halftime shows and post game shows. No post game tonight. I want to thank everybody. Stay warm. Stay out of the weather. Have a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you next time here on HintonComets.tv.
Works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros and sports